and in August 2018 ceased deduction of all Nasra members. It is my contention that this action by the HSE was for no other reason than to halt the growth of this branch, as the membership has been consistently growing year on year since the establishment of the branch in 2010. This high-handed and cynical action by the HSE was immediately seen by Nasra members for what it was, and in fact has only resulted in a strengthening of the resolve of these workers to have their fundamental right to be members of the PNA. A ballot was conducted in September 2018 on the following issues: refusal by the HSE to deduct union subscriptions at source on behalf of ambulance personnel members of the Psychiatric Nurses Association; refusal by the HSE to engage in negotiations with the PNA when representing the interests of their ambulance personnel members; and refusal by the HSE to recognise the Psychiatric Nurses Association as union representatives for ambulance personnel members. Phase 1 of this industrial action commenced on the 10th of October 2018 and consisted of strict compliance with health and safety legislation. Phase 2 involved a withdrawal of goodwill, with members not making themselves available to work additional hours. Despite the above phases of industrial action, the HSE still refused to engage. This left our members with no option but to proceed to strike action in conjunction with Phase 1. To date, there have been 6 one-day strikes, ranging from the 22nd of January, 15th of February, 28th of February, March the 1st, and April the 2nd and 10th. Throughout this dispute, we have received strong support and solidarity from the public and from colleagues in other unions within the National Ambulance Service. Despite our best efforts, the HSE has refused to engage with this union at any level on this issue, except through correspondence containing legal threats of injunction. I think we've been threatened 6 times at this stage, and threats of sanctions against our members through the HSE retained legal company. Inconceivably, the contingency plans for strike action plans for strike days have been conducted by the HSE's legal firm, rather than through the normal process of direct engagement with the union. This is in clear breach of the HSE's dispute resolution framework, which states both sides will endeavour to ensure the first meeting to agree contingency arrangements will take place within 48 hours of the notice being served. The matter was referred by the PNA to the Workplace Relations Commission last December, and to date, HSE have refused 3 requests from the WRC to engage. Apart from the clear abdication of responsibility by the HSE to attempt to resolve this issue by negotiation, we view their approach, with their ridiculous over-reliance on expensive outside legal advice, as a significant abuse of public funding. In our campaign, we have received political support from all opposition parties and independents who view this dispute as hinging on the issue of the fundamental right to join and be represented by the union of your choice. We staged a very well-attended protest outside the Dáil on the 27th of March, at which large numbers of politicians showed their support. That morning, over 60 of our members were in the gallery in the Dáil for leaders' questions, where the dispute was raised with the Taoiseach. The dispute is raised in the Oireachtas almost on a weekly basis at this stage, over the past few months. And again, we are bringing this dispute to the gates of the Dáil on the 15th of May at 1 p.m. In a further major escalation of our industrial action, we will be holding a series of 24-hour strikes in the coming weeks. The Nasra dispute is happening against the backdrop of a recent staff survey conducted by the HSE, which showed that 51% of National Ambulance Service employees experience discrimination, and an amazing 70% experienced or witnessed bullying and harassment. These are appalling findings and show a service in turmoil, a service where our members continue to be denied a voice and a management that must be radically changed in order to deliver a high-quality service to the public. If anything, our dispute reflects this bullying endemic starkly, with the HSE using every effort to deny our members freedom of association and representation. The resolve and determination of our members is very strong, and we will continue this campaign until our members are permitted to be represented by the union of their choice, that is, the PNA. And in August 2018 ceased deduction